เราได้เวลาเข้าไปพบหมอละเหลืออีก5 นาทีก็เป็นย่านนี้นะจะเป็นย่านของพวกหมอพวกโรงพยาบาลคลินิกต่างๆอาคารก็ค่อนข้างใหญ่ลืมใส่แมสHello.
Hello.
How are you? Oh, who are you?
I'm a stranger.
Be careful, the stranger in the elevator.
Push the button, make it stop. Yes, this young man here has an appointment. His English is so-so. He's from Thailand. His mom is here to help with translation, and I'm here to help with paperwork. And then I'll go after the car. Check his vision.
เราโชคดีที่ว่าหมอเขาอนุญาตให้เข้ามาได้ทั้งหมด3 คนนะก็คือมีแต่ให้ยายหนูเข้ามาเป็นล่ามแปลจากภาษาอังกฤษเป็นไทยนะแต่ยายหนูก็ยังไม่เก่งภาษาอังกฤษมากเท่าไหร่เพราะว่าศัพท์ของทางหมอก็เยอะเลยต้องเอาแดดเข้ามาช่วยอีกคนนึงเพราะแดดก็จะช่วยตัดสินใจว่าหมออธิบายอะไรต้องการให้ทำอะไรยายหนูก็จะไม่ค่อยรู้เรื่องศัพท์นั้นมาก
Eyes look up. Look on the map. Great. Yes, and the person that's in the hallway there, that's Sanjana. She's a technician working with me. She's here to take notes. Look
Hi,
all the way
what's your
up.
name?
And look straight.
That resulted, that apparently resulted in worse vision, according to
Maybe that on the what he had, what was described to me was that they took something from his good eye and put it into his.
Oh, you already had that done. Okay.
To
the bad eye.
To the bad eye.
Oh.
And then there
okay.
was. Then after that were 3 or 4 more procedures that had something to do with the eyelid. And one of the last procedures, the anesthesia didn't work or the painkiller didn't work, and it was so painful. He said, "I've done no more."
So you can write about in 2010, patient had it sounds like a SLET procedure, SLET, all caps, as well as several lid procedures, all in the right eye, period. That makes sense. All right, exam is consistent with previous SLET procedure where cells were most likely taken superiorly from the left eye. with the resultant scarring, period. Most likely the symblepharon noted in the right eye is recurrent. So what I was going to potentially suggest is what was done about 10 years ago. Is this thing called a SLET procedure, simple lumbal endothelial epithelial transfer. And it's where you take a few cells from the good eye, you cut them up, you peel off the scarring from the bad eye, and then you take the cells from the good eye, cut them up into little pieces, you put them on the surface of the bad eye, and then put some amniotic membrane and a big contact lens over it, and then usually wait to see if it repopulates the surface.
Okay.
He would also need some lid surgeries though, because
So that he could open his eyelid.
So so potentially I guess he could have that done again. I know it didn't work the first time.
Right.
And so the first thing would be to see someone, a lid specialist, about reconfiguring the eyelids, because his eyelid is partially stuck to the top of the cornea, and so it would be to see if you can get the anatomy normal with the eyelid. If you could get the anatomy normal with the eyelid, then we could go ahead and consider doing the SLET procedure.
Okay. With it having not worked before,
Yeah.
is it one of those, it's like,
Well, that doesn't bode well, I mean, in terms of like, well, it didn't work 10 years ago, what's to say it's going to work now? I don't know. I wish I
Right.
could, I'm glad you told me more
so
detail
that you
about what
understood.
happened.
Yeah, I knew if I told you it was, that you would figure out, kind of have an understanding what procedure that was.
Totally.
I didn't know what it was.
And like if you hadn't said, oh, they took some from the good eye and brought it to the bad eye, I'd say, oh, okay, well, the SLET procedure hasn't been done and we could try that. But with what you've told me, I think they already did that. So what's to say it would work a second time? I don't know is the answer.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
Just let's forget that he's had it done before. If a first time doing it in kind of a similar situation, does it work 90% of the time, 50%? What's
A little over 50.
a little over 50? So, okay, and then having had it done once before and coming back, does that cut down the chances?
I don't know. I honestly
Don't
don't know.
Okay.
I could ask a few colleagues, but I don't know. I haven't had that situation where someone had it done before and it failed.
Oh, okay.
I mean, where they're seeing me. Usually people are seeing me, they haven't had it done before.
Right.
They have a situation where they need to have it done. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work.
Gotcha.
But I don't know about if you've had it done and it hasn't worked, what the chances are of doing it again. I haven't been in that situation.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I mean, I've had patients where it hasn't worked, but then they're like, I'm done, I have one good eye.
Okay,
So, I mean,
So, and just about the eyelid itself,
yeah, so that would need to be addressed
that
first.
would have to be addressed first if we decide we want to try this procedure again. If we say, it didn't work before, we're not going to try it again, there's really no advantage to
Of doing the
fixing the eyelid.
No, not that I could see.
Okay. Does that make sense? Answer all your questions? Okay. So we need to talk to him and see what he wants to try and do, if
Totally.
he wants to take the chance. And I guess you said he would need to see an eyelid specialist.
And I could recommend, there's a couple I could recommend. There's one,
Any up in the Ferndale area?
Ferndale. Oh my goodness.
Bellingham.
Bellingham, Ferndale.
There's probably someone up in Bellingham. Plastics in Bellingham.
Behind the
Would
hospital.
I could, try to find out.
Okay. We don't mind making the trip, but it's, obviously it's a little easier if we
totally.
can.
Yeah, I don't
So-
know anybody offhand. I'm sure there are people up there. I just don't know.
Could you research that a little bit, and then we'll talk and see if we want
Sure.
to move forward, and we'll give you a call. Get that
Yeah,
information.
see if you want it. Yeah, move forward, and if you do, then we can see if there's anybody up there.
Start putting things into motion.
Sure, totally.
Okay.
Can we get some slam photos?
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll just get some photos, and then that way also will be. So we'll do that. But yeah, well, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Um,
มาเห็นภาพวันนี้สะดุดตา
Look down. Not so much.
Thomas,
Like, look straight ahead,
Thomas Napier?
and then down just a little. Right?
So when did you start
Look straight
noticing? I
ahead.
know when she was 2 up, it went out. When did you start noticing it when she was looking straight? Just recently. Okay. In the last year or so.
Okay, you can sit back.
And no lid droop on either side. Those are no redness or rubbing. She's developing normally. Any family history of crossing her
Yeah. Okay, so.
it is now, but there's a chance that it could be very successful and he have a significant improvement in his vision. So that's what he's got to consider. There's no guarantee either way.